The hardest part is knowing where to begin, how to approach things, in what order. When you're talking to someone with a drink in your hand, these kinds of questions don't come up. You say what you have to say in any old order. The conversation has always already started, and you just have to keep it going. But with writing, the moment you start, problems arise. I'll be honest, I've rewritten this opening countless times, and each time I've crossed it out and tried again. Everyone knows the story of Orpheus, the musician who goes down into the underworld to rescue his wife Eurydice. Like Orpheus with Eurydice, instead of moving forward, every time I started, I'd look back and lose the very thing I'd just snatched from the void. And yet, in Orpheus's case, Hades, the god of the underworld, had been quite clear. Orpheus, just this once, since you play the flute so nicely, I will let you bring your wife back from the kingdom of the dead, but on one condition, and one condition only. You must not turn around to look at her, not even once, till you are back in the light of day. Agreed? He couldn't have been any clearer. The contract included no small print. Everything was spelled out, even if the condition imposed was a bit strange. Why forbid Orpheus to look at his wife? Surely that's the kind of rule that cries out to be broken. Well, indeed. But Greek myths are not just stories. They are infused with wisdom. And in this case, the recommendation is clear. If you want to reach your goal, think of nothing else. Keep going and don't look back. Why? You know why. Because otherwise, doubt sets in, and soon you're going backward. You get lost in your thoughts instead of acting, and you lose your instinct. If you doubt, you fall. This is equally true for the bashful lover who falters, for the tightrope walker with his toe on the rope, or the waiter carrying his tray aloft. The tightrope walker first follows the line of his gaze, looking straight ahead, never down or back, not even up. His gaze becomes the line that supports him. The waiter, less perilously, keeps his balance by moving forward, with his shout of "coming through," as if magically clearing a path for his tray laden with fragile things and drinks about to spill. This is how Moses must have proceeded as he crossed the Red Sea. Fortune favors the brave. Don't look back. Keep going. So today it's settled. I've been preparing long enough, and now I'm off, and I won't be looking back. Why? To see if it works. To see if this book might, not write itself, that would be too much to ask, but perhaps give birth to itself by the very method it recommends. If it could prove by example that its advice works. Where does this advice come from? Not from me, I can assure you, but I have tested it all for myself. These are practical tips gathered from encounters, personal and literary, that I use so often, I no longer realize I'm doing so. I've borrowed from philosophers and artists and athletes, as well as from fictional characters. I brought in men and women of action, as well as thinkers, and sometimes they're one and the same. Descartes, Montaigne, Bergson, Bachelard, Pascal, Cyrano de Bergerac, Rodin, Gérard Depardieu, Napoleon, Yannick Noah, Zinedine Zidane, Stendhal, Françoise Sagan, the philosopher Alain, the chef Alain Passard, the tightrope walker Philippe Petit, the psychoanalyst François Roustan, the diver Jacques Mayol, the pianist Hélène Grimaud, and many others. You'll meet them as we go along. In short, I've used the people and names that came to mind. You will have noticed that what came to hand was essentially French. This is not by chance. Of course, I am French, and you have to start from what you know, hoping that through the particular you might connect with the universal. But there is also a typically French notion of facility. We will examine it carefully, without falling into the trap of intellectual nationalism.